and welcome to today's perspective on religious doctrine. I'm author B.L. Fowler, and today I'd like to focus on why interpreting the scripture is not always to our benefit. But before I begin, I'd like to point out 2 Peter 1 verse 20. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation. Despite what this teaches, countless believers tend to interject interpretive philosophies when discussing scriptural doctrine. As a result, countless Christians remain entangled in bondage. Of course, I more than anyone understand the dilemma of being entangled in bondage. After all, I've spent many years trying to unravel past experiences of both turmoil and hardship. And seemingly, no matter what I attempted to do to pull myself up from the dismal state of mind I had succumbed to, it wasn't until I relinquished my doubt about the truth that rests within the scriptures and took a more serious approach about gaining clarity on what has been written aforetime did I understand the importance of gaining wisdom from the scriptures. And surprisingly, what I discovered was the richness enveloped in both the Old and New Testament. I also learned how important it is to cease following behind someone who professes to know the way, the truth, and proclaiming to walk in the light of God. And once I reached this pinnacle of evolution, I was able to finally gain clarity on what the scripture offered. Take, for instance, many still don't believe Christ died on the cross to atone for every sin you or I ever commit while on earth. Yes, the epitome of love bestowed upon us from our beloved brother Christ makes us free from condemnation and restores all that has been stolen, if only we trust in the honor this child of God has rendered unto us all. This is why it's important to know the scripture. In fact, Matthew 22:29 instructs, "Ye err not knowing the scripture or the power of God." Yet for some, even this doesn't prove the scripture to be true. As a result, many set out on a journey without any security of faith in the Son of God and tend to fall prey to the vices that evokes controversy and or doubt in the minds of countless other followers who desperately are seeking answers to common, everyday problems. However, I too must admit I'm not perfect. So like you, I too cannot help questioning what evokes us to confusion. After all, Corinthians 14:33 teaches us God is not the author of confusion. Nevertheless, many religious followers remain confused on the right path to follow when dealing with life issues. However, the answer is simple. Place your trust in God and step out on faith. And in doing so, you not only embark upon a new experience which instills greater wisdom to direct someone else's path, but you gain the ability to let go of those fears that keep you from enjoying your life to the fullest. Contrary to belief, not every experience of happiness requires financial resolution. There are many activities available to us that can be experienced without spending a dime. After all, happiness comes from taking a new path and enduring the trials that come along with it. In achieving one milestone, we root the ability to voyage towards another. In doing this, we continually walk in accordance with the will given to us from our beloved Creator, who loves us unconditionally, without measure and without conformities. Therefore, today I'd like to invite each of you to invest 5, 10, or even 15 minutes towards loving the God in you. In doing so, you will be learning how to walk by faith and not by sight. In the meantime, I also like to invite you to stop by my homepage and absorb the excerpts provided. In fact, I encourage you to send feedback on what has been offered. And let's begin rebuilding faith in a universal love that embraces all cultures regardless of our indifferences. And again, my name is author B.L. Fowler, and you can contact me by logging on to Matthew2229.webs.com. Again, that's Matthew2229.webs.com. I'd like to thank you for joining me, and I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you. Until next time, God bless you, and remember, love God with all your heart and mind, as well as always love yourselves.